All right, Carly, well, let's look at one more, right? We have the video, so here you are up against, well, one of the best. It's Robby Kelly, so don't expect you to ski like him, but certainly there's still some things that we could look at that he's doing to help us. Um, he comes in here. It's a different course, first off, but same ideas. You can tell, obviously, he's got, direction done by the pole there for sure. He's about ready to clear it, and he has completed his turn. So we know everything was done from above. Um, he clearly had to have arced back to the pole to be exiting that position. But what I really like about this is how level his shoulders are. But more importantly, and it's interrelated, is the upper and lower body separation. So you see him here. You can see the angles that he's producing. Obviously, he has, a long leg and a short leg, which you tend to do. He's got matching angles of the skis, but he really gets a nice, kind of a break in the hip there, because his upper body is fairly, fairly upright, and the lower body is coming out here. So that really lets him. You could see that he should be able to really push hard against that outside ski, which he does for sure. How can he get that type of break in the hip? Well, one of the most important thing is he's got to get the inside ski rolled up. If this knee here was not as angled, if it was more going like this, he couldn't do it. So we really got to make sure we roll the inside knee, the inside ski up on a high edge angle, allowing then the hip to really be able to drop in and get that angle. So you're coming in here, obviously you could probably see already you're more like that. So upper and lower body separation is key, and that's easier said than done for sure. But I don't think you can from this position really, and all the stuff's interrelated. You can't really weight the outside ski too well, and you can see your outside ski has no weight on it, and maybe that's why we then move to the inside and diverge. So everything is just sort of interrelated, for sure. Now here's a little different scenario. He kind of got through over a bump or something. He got tossed up. I don't think he typically, but he really made a conscious effort here to roll, even in the air, roll that inside knee way over. But it really lets him stand on the outside ski. I mean, look at the bend of the outside ski relative to the inside ski. There's zero on the inside. I mean, that's a huge bend on the outside ski. All his weight is there. And obviously, look at yours. There's no weight on the outside ski. But again, he has this kind of upper lower body really separation going. And he's a lot more erect than the upper body. I mean, you tend to kind of be a little hunched over. And yours tends to be, as you could see, a little more like that. Let's get him down a little further. And another thing, we'll talk about it, further down below. But and you can go back to Jesse's when you're versus Jesse. Look how sometimes how taller Jesse seems in the turns, and you tend to be a little bit bent over, and don't get those hips up over the boots at the top of the turn. I mean, you can see how he is fairly, upper body is, kind of erect, I guess. And he really moves through the turn to the top of the turn, get the hips up over the boots. And gets in a position where he can really stand on the outside ski. Again, you look here, he comes through, and now, he's pretty extended, pretty tall, though he's not standing straight up, but those hips came way forward. And if you look at you here, you came through this transition, similar. I mean, similar position right there, but he just all of a sudden moves those hips up, gets into the front of the boot, comes through, rolls them up, and he's kind of in the rise line. The skis, like we were talking with Jesse, are pointing out this way. Arcs it back to the pole, and you could see, the bend in the outside ski. That's where his weight is. And let's see. And you can see your hips are back, and they never really came forward. So you're not really in the front of the boot. I don't think you're really able to pressure the ski too well. And then you scissored them and diverged them. And maybe that's because you're not in the front of the boot, and outside the ski's not coming around, so you got to do something. So you twist the inside. So he comes through the hairpin here. Let's get you up to your hairpin. Different direction, but okay, so you both come through the hairpin. We're both going over the pitch. He's on a different course, but watch what he does. Comes in from this retraction position, moves those hips up forward, gets them up over the boots. You keep the hips back and never really get them up. So you can see his upper body, number one, is fairly erect, and yours is bad drawing, but yours is much more bent over. I mean, he's really right over, right over the boots there. And you are, obviously a little back. So I don't think you ever get in the front of the boot. Him, being in the front of the boot, getting his hips up over the boot really lets him pressure the ski, and he does it in a pretty big way. As you can see, the bend in that outside ski. So, there's a couple of things to think about that we really need to make sure we're, moving forward from the transition, get our hips up over the boots into the front of the boot, allowing us to really pressure the outside ski, rolling it up, allowing us to, and at the same time roll the inside knee over to a high edge angle, allowing us to drop the hip in a bit, producing that upper and lower body separation. And maybe all that would eliminate the divergence, and I think it would. So I'd be trying to work on those more. My suggestion would be, like I just said, make sure we're moving forward through the turn, getting the hips up over the boots, giving ourselves a little more space above the rise line, intersecting the rise line if it's offset where their skis still pointing away from the fall line, trying to arc them back, and I bet that divergence would disappear. But hopefully this helps.